Hello, my lovely people. Today I come back to you with another practical guide on how to master your life, how to stop feeling like you don't have control, and overall how to just turn things around, that too within 90 days. But before we get into the steps, you really need to understand one thing about us humans. About 90% of whatever we do in life is habitual in nature. Right from the first glass of water that you drink right after waking up, to the phone scrolling that you start right after you open your eyes, to the way you brush your teeth, to the way you tie your shoelaces, everything is essentially a habit. But you will also notice that most of these habits are automatic in nature. And this means that they come to us very naturally. We pick the path of least resistance. Whatever comes to us the easiest, that becomes the habit most easily. Which is why it is so difficult to build good habits, and which is why it is so difficult to let go of bad habits. In today's video, I'll be talking about the 3 pillars of change and how you can apply them to any area, any part of your life that you want to level up to become the best version of yourself. So make sure you watch till the end, because I'll be talking about how you can use the 3 pillars of change together to really transform your life. Let's go. The first pillar of change is our environment. About 90% of whatever we do in life is dictated by our environment. You see how when your mom starts to keep spoons or cutlery at one particular place in the kitchen, everybody starts doing the same, and eventually that becomes the cutlery spot. Or how when you're used to keeping your car keys in a drawer and one day you forget to keep it there and keep it somewhere else, you can't find them because your brain is so trained to keeping it as a habit over there. Or how when you are around doom and gloom dull people, you start feeling like them and talking like them, and it impacts the way that you think and feel about yourself. Everything comes down to our environment, and so many authors, philosophers, thinkers have spoken about it. That is why things like cleanliness, having an organized environment, being surrounded by good things and good people has such a huge impact on our own selves. And that is exactly why making your environment conducive to the version of yourself that you want to become is so important. If you want to level up, you have to start by leveling up your environment. So let's say that you want to become fit and healthy and improve your mental health. You want to create an environment that pushes you in that direction. And once you do that, actually bringing about that change becomes 10x easier. Imagine that you want to quit eating junk food, right? But if you are constantly surrounded by packets of chips and biscuits and ramen, do you think it'll be easy for you to quit eating that junk food? Probably, if you exercise all of your willpower and continuously just keep thinking about resisting all of those urges. But then isn't your willpower put to better use? It is expendable, it gets spent. And the more you spend your willpower on resisting the urge to eat junk food, the lesser you have it for more other important stuff. On the other hand, if you remove all of the junk food from your house, if you delete your Swiggy and Zomato so that you can't even order at the click of a button, will that make it easier for you to not eat junk food? Absolutely, 100%. It creates that friction and it makes your environment more conducive to the goal you want to achieve. Now, the second pillar of change is your mindset, the way you think about things in your life. You know, I always say this phrase that mindset is everything. I think I'm gonna get a wall art somewhere and just put it above my sofa or like my bed, because that is how true it is. Everything that you do is dictated by your mindset. How you think about things, problems, the way you approach life determines how you act on it, determines the actions that you actually take in the direction that you want. And this includes how you subconsciously think about things as well. Now, when you start working on your environment, you already start working on your mindset as well, because you've made it one step easier for your mind to take action without resisting change. But that's not usually enough, and you also need to independently work on your mindset to figure out how to level up in your life, because this is what is stopping you 90% of the time. So one practice that I always suggest, I have a video on it as well, is journaling. And this is usually to help ourselves figure out what is lacking, what needs improvement, what needs change, and why we want to change something in the first place. Because once we understand our why, once we have clarity on that, it becomes a lot easier for our mind to actually take action. Meditation is another great practice that can actually help you with self-reflection to figure out why is it that you want to change something and what is it that exactly needs to be done. We usually have all of the answers within ourselves. It's just that we resist having those answers because it's usually the difficult path to take. And self-reflection is such a powerful tool to help you overcome that resistance. Once you gain clarity on your why, once you gain clarity on the things that actually need change, it becomes easier for you to take that step. And that clarity in your head, in your mind is super important. For instance, let's say you figured out that lack of confidence and lack of faith in yourself is what is holding you back, right? So the concrete steps that you can take in this direction now to change this is to actually surround yourself with positive affirmations. Surround yourself with people who pull you up instead of pushing you down. And you will start to notice that slowly changes your self-concept, that changes your perception of yourself and overall improves your mindset. And 3 months down the line, it's no longer as difficult to make that change or take that decision as it was 3 months ago. And finally, the third pillar of change is behavior, which is the actual habits or the actions that you take. So if you want to get fit, for instance, you will have to go to the gym. You will have to start eating healthier. You will need to take those actions, because without that, you are not getting anywhere. Why I spoke about the environment and your mindset first, because when you take care of those things first, it actually makes it a lot easier for you to take action. The action part almost becomes automatic, does not require as much willpower, and does not feel as resistant. So if you lay out your gym clothes the night before and you get rid of the junk food in your house, you're more likely to go to the gym and less likely to eat junk food. But then again, you can also make excuses. You might feel lazy one day to not go to the gym, and you might feel like you're too overwhelmed with stress, and eating junk food can make you feel better. This is exactly where the work on behavior change comes into the picture. I want to mention 3 things here that I actually personally do to ensure that even after I've made my environment conducive and I've worked on my mindset, that I actually go ahead and take the action. And I think these 3 are just the simplest things that you can do, and they ensure 90% of success. The first is starting small. Now, I have done the whole shebang of dreaming too big and aiming too high suddenly and just going all in without too much prep and planning. And what that ends up doing is making me burn out really, really quickly. For instance, I once decided that I wanted to lose like 10 kilos in 3 months. I started working out 3 hours a day, eating less than 1,000 calories. And while I did end up losing the weight, I also lost half of my hair with it, and my skin became really dull. I developed nutritional deficiencies, and all of that became really tough to carry on past the 3-month mark. And then I got back into my old habits. In the years since, I have become wiser, I understand myself better, and I've realized that if I have smaller goals and smaller milestones to achieve upfront, it helps me stay on track longer. Because we are in this for the long haul. When we level up, we don't want to go back to our old selves. We want to be on a higher plane, a higher self. And if that's something that you want to do, you have to understand that this is something that you're doing for the long haul. And if you're in it for the long haul, if you just keep focusing on the end goal, it will always seem unattainable. Which is why focusing on the smaller milestones, the smaller goals, helps keep you motivated and also makes you feel good when you achieve those smaller milestones and smaller goals. The second thing that I would absolutely tell you to focus on when it comes to behavior change is to focus on progress, not perfection. As someone who is a former perfectionist, I will tell you that you can never make things perfect. And this fundamental understanding is so important, which is why in the past couple of years, I've started focusing on the progress of everything that I do. Whether it is working on this YouTube channel, here my progress is measured by ensuring that I upload 1 long form video every single week. Everything else is peripheral. Whether it is well edited, whether I have the best thumbnail or the best title in the world, that is all secondary. Earlier, my perfectionist self would not publish the video unless I thought it was absolutely perfect. But recently, I have started to let that go, and I'm just focusing on the progress part and focusing on getting 1 video out a week. The second example I can give you is going to the gym. Now, I prefer to work out 6 times a week, but there are weeks when that is not possible, when there is too much work, when I don't have the energy to go do a full workout. On those days, I just ensure that I go to the gym and do a 15-minute workout, because working out 15 minutes a day for 6 days is so much better than not working out at all. And this shift in action has actually helped me stay on track with so many of my habits and so many of my goals, and has helped me level up beyond what I can tell you. And the third aspect I want you to focus on is celebrating your wins. Now, this is crucial when you start out with your journey, when you start to change something in your life, when you start to build a habit, because that is when it is the hardest. So if I do end up doing like a 6-day workout week, I will go out with my friends on Sunday, or I will treat myself to something nice to tell my mind and body that I have done a good job. And why this is important is because it builds positive association in your mind with that habit that seems unachievable or hard or difficult to do at the moment. When you keep giving these positive associations to your mind, you actually condition your mind to start enjoying that activity, to start enjoying doing that thing, to start working towards change. So now that you understand all of the 3 pillars of change, let's figure out how you can actually apply these to level up any aspect or any area of your life. Once again, I'm going to take the example of fitness because it's easier to explain. So let's say that you want to get healthy, or you want to get fit, or you want to lose weight, or you want to get clearer skin, anything that has to do with the physical health domain, right? The first step starts with the behavior that you want to change. In this case, you know that you have a sedentary lifestyle and you want to start working out and you want to start eating healthier. You already know it. So you know from day one. So step one is actually understanding what it is that you want to change. Let's say you want to get healthier, but you don't know where to start. What is that one behavior that will actually bring about change? You can use online resources, you can read books, you can look at videos, right? Ask yourself that question, ask people that question, and find the answer for the first behavior that you really want to change. Now, the second step here is that instead of overwhelming yourself and trying to do everything all at once, trying to change everything, all the three pillars or all three domains all at once, focus on changing one thing in your environment and focus on changing one thing in your mindset that will help you achieve that behavior change, that will help you move towards that goal that you want to achieve, that will help you act in the direction that you want. Just one thing from each pillar. That's all that you need to do. And once you start doing that and you continue doing that for 90 days, you will actually realize that your life has completely changed. Your mindset has changed. The way you look at things has changed. The way you look at yourself has changed. Your confidence in yourself will grow. And you will realize that just doing one thing in all of these three pillars, basically working on just three things at one time, has turned you into a completely different person. Usually it takes about 66 days to build a habit. It's not 21 days. It's actually 66 days. It actually takes anywhere from 66 to 365 days according to recent research. So when you do something for 90 days, you've actually cemented that into your belief system, into the way you carry yourself, and into how you approach life. And that is exactly what we want to do. And if we continue doing this for every aspect of our life over a period of time, you will realize when you look back that you are a changed person altogether. So that was it, my guide on how to become a new person in 90 days. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you took away something really valuable from this. If you did, let me know in the comments how you are approaching this. What is one area that you want to change right now? And I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to check out these two videos that I have made recently that will really help you on this journey as well. Bye.